As always, Jeff Styles is here with us in studio. Jessie, I guess, we've talked a lot about this stuff. The whole bushwhacker thing, the Cup regulars coming to what was the Busch Series, now the Nationwide Series. NASCAR says they need to do that because that's what the fans want to see. They want to see the big names, and I can certainly appreciate that. But we've talked a lot about also the fairness. If you're a Busch team and you don't have the funding of a Cup team, and you're trying to run for a championship to get yourself established to move on up, are they killing your deal?
Well, I don't think so, not in every way, because basically those guys that are kind of coming up, they're being allowed to race with these big-time Cup guys, and I think it's, if anything, it's like education for them, because those guys aren't going to be able to move into the Cup Series unless they prove themselves on that track.
Except, how frustrating is it if you're getting beat down every week by a guy who is let's say a front runner in the NASCAR Nextel Cup Series, and they're coming with a big budget and big dollars. And as a driver, you want to win races. If you can't win because the bushwhackers are coming every week and they're taking your prize money and they're taking your championship, they're going to piss you off.
Yeah, and I think it would. And they've been talked about different scenarios, like limiting the amount of Busch or Nationwide.
Which do you think is limit the number of times that a Cup guy can come, or just don't have a different fund?
I have an idea. Okay. I just thought of it.
Okay,
this is what we're going to do. Okay. Basically, you'll have the Cup guys on a completely different roster as far as everyone will be racing together, but then we'll also say a first, second, third of the other guys who aren't in the Cup Series.
Wow.
Yeah, with money that they could win, just not as much, maybe.
Well, I see. I'm of the other school that I think, fine, let them come, but I think a portion of their winnings should go to an overall prize fund. So the top three that are in what's now the Nationwide Series actually get some financial compensation and can help further their own effort, because that's really what they're there to do. They're trying to, further their careers, get the development and the developmental side of the series, and move into the NASCAR Nextel Cup. But I think that, if you're getting beat all the time and all your money's getting taken away, it's got to take away some motivation. I
think it does. And I mean, these guys have to have a lot of money to be out there racing. So I think that, there's probably no right answer to it, but it seems like, I think that would be very discouraging, is going out there every week and you've got these, all these guys that are like, Cup Series,
And if they're taking away all your money, I mean, part of the reason, especially in a development series, you're racing, if you think you're good enough to win, you're planning on having some of that dough to further your racing efforts for that season. If those guys are taking it away, I mean, not only taking away your motivation potentially, but they're also taking away your bread and butter, and that's the cash.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. And there's got to be, there's got to be something that we can do to kind of.
But is there any solution?
Not every party is going to be happy with whatever solution.
No matter what you do, somebody's going to be pissed off.
Exactly.
Okay, we've talked about this too. The open wheelers and the new guard and the changing of the guard in NASCAR. You've been following the sport a long time. Do you care that some of the legends of the sport are now not going to be seen for you on a regular basis? Do you think that the new fan really cares about that, but the old fan may be somewhat a little bit on this, more changes, more guys leaving the sport, maybe the core fan losing some interest?
Well, guys can't race forever. It's not like 90-year-old guys have their driver's license anymore.
Why not? So. I mean, look at Mark Martin. I mean, he's not quite 90, but I mean, he's doing it forever.
Yeah, Mark Martin's an exception. Well, but I think the thing about it is people who are Mark Martin fans are going to be fans of all of his proteges that he teaches, and what I mean. And so the thing is, they're just going to move on from Mark Martin and go to someone else. And
so you think they're going to live vicariously and support Mark Martin vicariously through his proteges in the series?
Exactly. Yeah.
That's a great point, Jess. I never even thought about that. The open wheelers we've talked about before. I know you're an open wheel fan. I think you like kind of the Euro aspect, this different. Let's put it this way: accents on pit road, maybe not a bad thing.
Yeah, not a bad thing. I think it will be a little bad if we have translators on pit road and that kind of thing.
no Ricky Bobby scenario.
Yeah. But no, I think it's actually a pretty good thing. I mean, I think that it's definitely going to increase the international fan base.
Is it sexier for the sport to have
Probably.
These Europeans?
Probably. I think that maybe it'll probably give us a different kind of feel to it, because right now, the typical, NASCAR driver is like good old white boy, or whatever, and now we're going to have like, Spaniards and all these different types of people in there, increasing the diversity.
Yeah, we have a European flavor, a South American flavor, a reflavoring of NASCAR, for lack of a better description, I guess.
Yeah.
Wow,
Makes
good
it more
stuff,
fun.
Jess. Good points and good ideas. You kind of opened my eyes. But as always, Jessie Styles, I'm host Kurt Hansen. This is Race Central TV.